fired that night. This incident is unprecedented. Never in the history of Cleveland, or any other city for that matter, has there been an incident that covered the distance, time, and number of individuals involved as this pursuit and use of deadly force. It took an investigation just as unprecedented to get to the truth. The list of forensic and investigative disciplines involved, as well as the number of agencies that looked at all available evidence, were vast. To reach the most accurate appraisal possible, we had to wait on all those expert findings and then put that vast array together as an understandable whole. It has to be stressed that we mean all expert findings, and that includes the defense as well as prosecution experts hired in the criminal case. No piece of evidence or forensic finding was left unconsidered in our search for the answers. Taken all together, it was obvious that a rush to judgment was the worst possible way to handle an incident this complex. Speed was simply not the most important consideration. What was of the essence was accuracy, fairness, and due process. Our goal was to come as close to a full exposition of the truth from that night in November as was humanly possible. We have done all we could in that effort, and we believe we have succeeded.
6 of them were fired.
Cleveland's police union just wrapped up a news conference. What'd they have to say?
They gave the results of a 2-year investigation. They broke things down into 2 different pieces, the pursuit and the shooting. With regard to the pursuit, this is a wide-ranging investigation, very complicated story. 12 supervisors were faced administrative charges, and 74 officers total on just the pursuit side faced administrative charges. In the shooting side, Officer Brelo was the only officer that you mentioned in the lead, was the only officer that was ever indicted for this on manslaughter charges. He was acquitted, but 13 officers are facing administrative charges. 6 of them were fired. The union says that the officials who did this investigation sought the answer that they got, that is the firings and that all these officers will get their job back.
This is what's called a result-based investigation. Somebody somewhere said, hey, get me to this point. Every single one of them is going to get their jobs back. And you guys out there, the taxpayers of this city, are going to be paying the back pay and everything else that's going to be associated with that.
Now, with regard to the shootings, the individuals who were not fired faced suspensions of between 21 and 30 days. For the pursuit side of it, those individuals who, there was 1 supervisor who was fired, everybody else is getting demotions, suspensions, letters of re-instruction or letters of reprimand. Just a massive investigation and coming down very hard against many, many officers in the Cleveland police force.
In Brelo's position. I reject the claim that 12 seconds after the shooting began, it was patently clear from the perspective of a reasonable police officer in Brelo's position that the threat had been stopped, and therefore find that Brelo's entire use of deadly force was a constitutionally reasonable response to an objectively reasonably perceived threat of great bodily harm from the occupants of the Malibu, Russell, and Williams. Having so found, in summary, I find that the state did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Michael Brelo, knowingly caused the deaths of Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams, because the essential element of causation was not proved for both counts. I therefore find the defendant not guilty of counts 1 and 2 as indicted. The state did prove the lesser included offense of felonious assault on both counts by demonstrating beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant knowingly caused serious physical harm to both victims. But the defendant proved by a preponderance of the evidence that he is legally excused from liability for those crimes because he caused the serious physical harm of the victims in a constitutionally reasonable effort to end an objectively reasonable perception that he and the others present were threatened by Russell and Williams with imminent serious bodily harm. I therefore also find the defendant not guilty of felonious assault, the lesser included offense on both indicted counts, and the defendant is discharged. Thank you. We're off the record. All right.
5 Cleveland cops reinstated after being fired for killing 2 unarmed people with 137 bullets. Almost 5 years after a police chase led to the shooting deaths of 2 unarmed people, the city decided to reinstate 5 of the 6 officers that were fired as a result of their actions in 2012. The City of Cleveland released the following statement and confirms that the following 5 police officers were reinstated to full-time duty, reported Cleveland 19. The officers were reinstated as required by the arbitrator's decision. Michael Farley number 409. Aaron O'Donnell number 1027. Christopher Ereg number 767. Wilfredo Diaz number 350. Brian Sabalik number 1021. 6 officers, including Michael Borello, were fired, 6 others were suspended, and 1 retired. Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams were in a police chase that led to police officers firing 137 shots, killing the 2 unarmed people. The chase started in Cleveland and ended at Heritage Middle School in East Cleveland. The 6 officers fired were Officer Michael Borello, Officer Wilfredo Diaz, DET Christopher Ereg, Officer Michael Farley, DET Aaron O'Donnell, and Officer Brian Sabalik. Borello was the only officer who was indicted. He was acquitted on manslaughter charges May 2015 in a bench trial, according to Cleveland 19. The officers suspended were Officer Scott Sistek, Officer Cynthia Moore, DET Michael Rincuz, DET William Salupo, Officer Randy Patrick, and Officer Paul Box. The suspensions lasted from 21 to 30 days. DET Michael Dumchik retired. Some of the violations the city cited were: officers engaging in a pursuit without explicit permission from supervisor, creating a crossfire situation, and leaving the city without permission. At the time, the city said all officers still on the job will be retrained. But the police union president didn't want officers to be retrained and vowed the union would fight the punishment. Apparently the president of the police union thinks it is perfectly acceptable to shoot 137 times at unarmed people. Some of the violations are listed below. Cleveland 19 noted that 227 officers were on duty, 105 involved in the pursuit, and 74 receive administrative charges. 46 supervisors were on duty at the time of the chase, 18 supervisors were involved, 12 supervisors receiving administrative charges. In the spring of 2013, April, review of pursuit was completed. In June of 2015 the criminal proceedings were completed. After Chief Williams brought the review back to the committee, the 13 officers' participation in the pursuit and shooting was also reviewed. October and November 2015 disciplinary hearings were conducted for the 13 officers. Do you agree with the decision to reinstate the officers after the decision-making skills they displayed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Need a car? Don't forget to stop by carmarshal.com, where you can scout through over 100,000 new and used car vehicles. Take a look around. Get you a new affordable car. carmarshal.com.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know what, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not. They're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now, where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in, no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.